So we are right off Coble Avenue, Gettysburg National Military Park. We're gonna be checking out Spangler Spring. And here's just some of the boulders around here. So the cool thing about Spangler Spring is I believe on July 2nd, they said both armies, Confederates and Union, stopped here to drink. Now that's debated, meaning they stopped fighting each other to have a drink. Here it is right up here. We'll go check it out. Check out the surrounding area. So like I said, both armies drank from here, and it is debated on whether the armies stopped fighting to both drink from here. It is capped off, I think, for contamination reasons. But here's Spangler Spring. So it says the spring supplied Union and Confederate soldiers with water during the battle. One country, one flag. The strife of brothers is past. So as I mentioned, it is capped off. You can't drink from it. And like I said, the rumor is they stopped here, both armies, to take a drink and stop fighting. But like I said, that is debated. Here's just some boulders behind us. And if you want to find this, we are at the base of Culp's Hill. Culp's Hill has a good observation tower if you head up that way. But we are on Coble Avenue. Now, there are rumors that Spangler Spring is haunted by a woman in a white dress, and I believe she comes in like mist. I don't see any paranormal activity, but that's the rumor. So this just talks about the fight at Spangler Spring on this kiosk. Massachusetts and Indiana fighting against the Confederates. And then over here it just talks about what I was talking about earlier. They're not sure if they actually stopped here to drink with each other, but both armies did use this for water. So here is the Indiana Monument. I believe that's overlooking Spangler's Meadow on Confederate Avenue. And if you remember from one of my previous videos, the Taney or Tawny Farm is back up there behind this. So like I said, here's this Indiana Monument and the meadow behind it. So another thing I'm trying to find in this area is the Coble rock. I think it was Augustus Lucian Coble of the North Carolina. Carved his initials in a rock up here. So me and my daughter are going to try and find it. So I'm on Confederate Avenue. I'm walking towards the Smith Brigade Memorial, and I'm looking for a rock wall. Once I hit the rock wall, I should be looking for then a split rock. And on the base of that split rock should be the initials carved. It might be hard to see, but we're gonna see if we can find it. All right, so there's the Smith Brigade Memorial up there. And here's the rock wall here. So it should be somewhere up here. Right there, it should be somewhere up there. Okay, so me and my daughter are looking for a split rock. We're walking along this rock wall and we're looking for the initials A.L. Coble, which I believe is the soldier from North Carolina. So this looks like the split rock, and then we're gonna be looking for it up here. So here it is. It's gonna be hard to see. Right there, A.L. Coble. And it gives you a nice little look at that Indiana monument from up top here. Like I said, here is A.L. Coble, and he was in the North Carolina, I guess, Army for the Confederates, and he carved this on like a reunion in the late 1800s. So like I said, right off here is a good view then of Spangler's Meadow, just where we just were. And that Indiana monument. So pretty cool spot, and it's always fun to find. It's like a scavenger hunt finding stuff out here other people have done. I know it wasn't during the battle, but supposedly he was a soldier who fought during the battle. So we found the Coble engraving right next to Spangler Spring, Gettysburg National Military Park. So like I said, on this split rock, right off of Confederate Avenue, you can see the Indiana Monument clearly right over there. That is where the Coble engraving, and that's what it looks like looking out from that split rock. I used a couple resources. I just did a Google search, typed it online, and then watched some YouTube videos as well. And that's what the rock formation looks like in front of it. So that was it for Spangler Spring and the engravings by A.L. Coble. Very close to Spangler Spring. Just some cool historical stuff at Gettysburg National Military Park.